Hi, this is Lisa.
And this is Ada.
Welcome back to the Opinion Piece podcast. What?
Listen, we're just not professionals. It's just, we got to come to terms with this. Today, we're going to talk about the new year.
Okay.
And just about, resolutions, maybe resolutions we make and people tend to make every single year. I think we can all think of a few that everybody makes every year.
Notebook. Should I start?
Everybody usually fails at them. I want to talk about some reflections I've had over the past few months of doing this podcast. And I also have a surprise for you, Lisa.
Oh my goodness.
If you are listening to the podcast,
I'm freaking out.
You might want to go and watch it on YouTube as well, because I don't know, I think it's kind of cool. But if you're watching it, I hope you enjoy.
I have no idea what she's talking about right now, just so you know.
I'm so excited.
Like, I just don't know.
I don't know if it's as good as
I'm putting this down.
The podcast is kind of like it's like a radio show that's not on the radio.
I'm feeling alone. Are you lost?
That's actually hilarious.
Say OPP! I like it said with pride.
So if you're into awkward conversations that have a common sense approach, this podcast is for you.
Hey, Lisa.
I have a date with Lisa. Isn't that wonderful?
Stop. Hi.
It's
I never thought I'd be a lady.
Ada.
ridiculous.
Over as Ada.
How many times we're going to wrap this up?
Not like a regular mom. I'm a cool mom.
That's my opinion.
Hi.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Okay, girls. Let's go get 'em.
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Let's keep going.
Okay.
I think this could be the best show you've ever done.
I have goosebumps right now. I love that so much. Do you know that sometimes I go, like, I'm in my car and I think of, like, the OPP and then I start singing that song just because that's, like, our abbreviation?
I know, and it's such, and it's funny because, like, I never truly, like, listen to the lyrics. Like, you just sing it and you're just like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
this isn't exactly where we're headed with this podcast, but
so cute.
we're going to change them.
I love that so much. I love that so much.
Good.
I'm so excited. I just love that.
But yeah, I mean, I was hoping that would boost our spirits a little bit and get us excited.
Are you kidding me? That is incredible. I'm feeling great right now. And I'm really depressed, so yay.
Well, I think we should start, thinking about the new year.
Yeah,
and although I
should.
know you have so much going on and it's just
I'm going to work this.
sometimes probably hard to function and just, I think the best thing to do for the new year is, instead of making all these crazy long-term goals, is to start thinking day by day, instead just take it one day at a time, because I can tell you, like,
so powerful.
If I think about all the things I have to do in the future, I start to freak myself out.
I can feel it in my stomach. Yeah. You can totally freak yourself out, right?
Yeah.
You can't do that. It's like your body wasn't meant, or your mind wasn't meant to handle all of that.
Right.
You have to take it day by day. That's probably the best strategy I use. Because if I sit and start to figure out, like, everything I have to do, and I start feeling that I'm like, I stand up, I walk away. Right?
Yeah.
And that's when I redirect my thoughts, Ada, because that'll drive me crazy. And then I'm like, okay, you got this. Just think about today, like one thing at a time.
Right. Which is why the whole resolution thing, New Year's resolutions, I feel like that's probably why they fail. Yeah, like people are like, oh, this is the year. I'm going to get my bikini bod, and, I'm going to work out 5 days a week, and I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. I'm going to do this. And everybody starts off, like, really strong.
Yeah.
And you don't realize, like, number one, that's usually not feasible in the long term. You're excited, but to actually do that every single day, it's possible, but start little and take it day by day.
Don't make unrealistic expectations.
Right.
Those are unrealistic expectations.
Right.
That's what we do for New Year's. We're like, it's all a list of, it's too much.
Right.
And that's why you just just throws right out the window.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Baby steps.
Yeah, goals are good, I think, just to a smaller extent. Not be so hard on yourself, not get so crazy right off the bat.
Yeah.
What are some of your New Year's resolutions that you've thought about so far?
Oh my gosh, for this year, I think that I really want to work on time management because my time is very limited. But the good part is now I'm spending my time doing what I love, right? I'm not wasting time just sitting there like, what am I going to do? You know? So everything I'm doing is really important to me. And it's just such an amazing feeling altogether. But I have to be able to manage the time so that I don't get that anxious feeling, you know, and I'm not going to give up what I love. I just have to. Actually, I have a friend that's teaching a mastermind class on time management. Maybe we can get her on the show.
Yeah.
That's
a
I'm going to
great
have
idea.
to do that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's probably the biggest thing I'm going to work on is time management.
Right.
And how do you do that? Like, you know, I think I need to actually have a plan because if you don't have, that's the other thing with resolutions, Ada, we just say all of these things. Well, what's your plan?
Right.
How are you going to do that?
Right.
You need an action plan.
Well, and that's why I brought up before to you just about making those plans, like instead just day by day, but at night or whenever you have a chance, be like, what am I doing for the next day? So you have that, like I got this from one of my self-help, you know, whatever. You make a list of your next day, like the plan, you know, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to, you know, work out for 15 minutes, something little. And then you just go through the day of like, but the following day.
I tried
Does
that
make sense?
100
Doesn't
times.
work?
I suck at that. I love it. I make lists for everything. I always do that. And I'm really happy when my paper and I write everything down. But when I try to organize my day, and I don't know, other people are really good at it. I'm just not.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily I just get up and go.
Right.
I'm not home until I'm ready to crash.
Right.
But it's really hard to like be intentional about adding those things in. Like, okay, well, before I get up and go, because whether you're home or you're working or you're running errands, that's the thing with going into, what is it, like autopilot, right? You know, to structure that 10 minutes to work out or the 10 minutes to do reflective journaling or 10 minutes to organize your next day or, you know, even, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I need to start worrying about interactions with my kids too, because if you don't plan out, you know the things that are going to happen, you know things are going to come up, but planning on how you're going to react to those things that are going to come up will help you navigate your reaction to those things.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Sort of.
No, probably not. I'm thinking about something right now that happened with my kid, and I'm like,
yeah. I mean, and that's like kind of that mommy guilt thing again, where you're just like, you could have done it differently.
Yeah.
But it's hard because kids don't understand what's happening behind the scenes.
Yeah.
They don't get all of the stuff that we're doing and all the
Right.
sacrifices we're making.
Right.
And when you get mad at them for a little thing, it's stemming from a larger issue in
Right.
your, you know, personal
You have
life. You know, you're trying to be there for your kids and be a good mom, and yet you're struggling with all these real life issues.
Yeah.
It's hard not to snap sometime, and it might be stupid. It might be a small thing, but
I just
they'll understand it as they get older.
Yeah, they will.
You know,
and
like,
it's really important to apologize. And, you know, you can't just, you know, snap at your kid and then act like it's all their fault. Like, well, I'm the grown up. I can't stand that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if anybody does that, but that is just not
It's
okay with me.
damaging.
Like, it is damaging because we are all human and we're going to make mistakes, but you better own up to it and apologize because you are teaching them how to have relationships. And that's a really big part about having a relationship is to, you know, recognize when you're at fault or whatever, you made a mistake and apologize for it.
Right.
You know, sincerely, you know? So I think that we, you know, take kids for granted in certain ways.
Yeah, and that would be maybe a resolution of mine. Like, I'm not going to do all of these you know, I'm gonna work out all
You're
the
not
time.
going to work.
Like I
You're
am
not going
because
to
I
run 5 miles a day. You mean? And like,
no way. First of all,
hit the gym for 3 hours.
I hate running, and I
too.
don't really like working out with other people. I'll do like kickboxing once a week, but that's about the extent of that. No, I think I want to make more resolutions as far as like, you know, how I treat my kids, how I react to them, like how I react to my husband when he's being annoying. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
That's the only time he'll listen is if we mention his name.
It's all out of love, Tom.
But yeah, like I don't want to be so reactive in a negative way. Like right off the bat, I would love to just take things in as they happen and maybe think about my reaction a little bit more.
That's why they always say to wait before reacting. Like just wait. Don't do it in anger.
Right.
Because that's when you say things that you're going to regret or react in the way that you don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
I do need to learn to apologize a little bit more. I can't apologize to my husband. It's impossible because he is. It's just impossible.
Why? Tell me why, Ada. I'm so curious.
Because when I do apologize, I'd be like, what just happened? What? What? I didn't hear you. What was that?
Can you say that again?
I didn't hear
louder?
So no, it's impossible to apologize to him. But my kids, I have over the past couple years been more conscious of like my actions, and if I do snap about something stupid, I will apologize and say, you know, something happened today that was upsetting to mom, and I'm sorry I took it out on you. Like I will say that, and I'll even share sometimes if, you know, I got bad news.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll sometimes get bad news. I got bad news about a friend recently, and I was trying to hold back tears. And it was one of those things where you're like, your kid says something and you just snap because you're trying, you have all these emotions that you can't show. So they ended up hugging me and crying with me for like 10 minutes because I know.
Oh my gosh, I'm afraid to ask.
I'll tell you later. I mean, it's fine now. She's actually doing really well.
Thank God.
It's really good. But, you know, those things that happen as adults, like you don't realize as a kid what your parents are going through. So,
and all of this goes back to what we always say about being intentional. It's just, it's harder, you know, it's easier said than done, of course, but it's life-changing for sure.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that is more relevant as far as a New Year's resolution, right? If you just say, I want to be more intentional, like just work on that.
It could be across the board, intentional with all aspects.
Yeah. Instead of making up these ridiculously crazy things that you're never going to do anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
I will wear a bikini this year. Every year. I've been saying that for 10 years.
You will.
I don't want to. I feel like I don't think I can anymore.
Sure you can.
I don't know, but I think even, I guess as a mom, and this is nothing like, if you can wear a bikini and you feel fine out, I don't, like, more power to you. I feel so awkward.
I just started wearing bikinis again, and I'm fine with it. I am okay with it. I feel like I was always wearing those mommy bathing suits, but you know, I really took the mom card and really ran with it, and I think I lost the
yourself.
rest of me.
Yeah.
I really do. It was all mom all the time, and you know, I'm like 100% responsible for these kids, and that's really all I focused on. But it's really important you have to take care of yourself too, because how can you take care of these kids if you're not taking care of yourself? And they feed off of your energy.
Right.
You know, and it took me a long time to realize that. And I'm still working on trying to do self-help. I mean, self-care, self-help, whatever.
You need that
self-care,
too.
yeah. I mean, I'm still working on that. I'm not
Yeah.
really good at self-care. However, you know, I am making a lot of changes in my life, and they're all for the good. And yes, I do need to actually, like, I don't know, relax, maybe get a pedicure. Or, you know what I would really like? And I know this is going to sound ridiculous because I'm really busy and I don't have time for the self-care or like a lot of socializing, and I don't have a big support system. Like I do, like my friends and stuff, you know, but I rarely ever see my family. And And they don't live close to us, but I would love for somebody to just play with my hair for an hour. Why can't my kids do that? Matt used to cuddle
Let's play
all
beauty
the time.
salon.
I'm like, he used to at least cuddle with me and
Yeah.
like play with my hair a little bit. And now he's like getting into that teenage. And Luke is never, he'll cuddle for like 5 seconds. Give me like a quick hug. And that's
Can that be like a service? Like
Right?
somebody comes and just plays with your
Can
hair?
you just play with my hair
Because
for
like
like
that
20
is
minutes?
the best thing ever.
It really is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it depends on your love language.
Yeah.
But I think that's one of my love languages
Yeah.
is physical touch. So
See, I don't like to be touched. No, we're
With just
getting
your
into
hair?
all different things.
Who
Look at
cares?
this. No, I love when people play with my hair.
Yeah.
But it's like what is that? A double-edged sword? I don't know what you would call it. Because if you play with my hair, it's like curly, and forget
Yeah.
about it. It's like a disaster. But I love that. I love it so much.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, but I don't really like to be touched very
I
much.
know. I mean, I'm just thinking for a New Year's resolution. I don't know.
Try to be touched more.
We really got far. I love it. I love
know.
it.
Well, let's go back over ours. So to be intentional with our actions and reactions.
To be touched.
To be touched. And what was the other one?
Yeah.
And I would like to.
Very professional.
It's
What?
so
I'm
professional.
sorry,
We're
what?
always very professional. I mean, always. Well, and then also, I mean, we have this new podcast. So I think a resolution
Would be to get better,
Yeah, sure.
more intentional about our podcast.
We love that word. We say that every episode. You know that?
Yeah, I do. And I'm glad because that's all.
No, it is. I
one of-
mean, I love where we're headed with it, and
Yeah.
I think I honestly don't know what our resolution for the podcast is
I do.
because what?
I'm raising
touch
my
people.
hand. Are we in? Yes. No. Wait, what like the direction? Or
Yeah, like what our goals are.
our goals?
Yeah, like
Are
our
to
goals.
reach people. To do what? Touch them. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, and we did use that.
I'm
We
just
just
kidding.
wanted to touch one person. Remember, we talked about that earlier.
We did talk about that earlier. Touching,
So,
not physically touching,
Yes,
but
we wanted to reach
Yeah.
some people. Hopefully, just kind of make people laugh. Hopefully, we're not only making
ourselves
laugh.
Yeah. I mean, essentially, we're a talk show. We
Yeah.
just talk about life. We talk about our feelings. We talk about what we think is good.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We went into this trying to
Yeah.
do it a little bit more seriously, and I just don't think that was what we needed. I think we really, truly need some kind of
It's like having coffee with
therapy or
friends.
outlet for ourselves, and in hopes that we will reach people.
Yeah. I love that we're doing it like a talk show. Like I feel like we are like a talk show.
Yeah.
I would like to figure out, like my goal for this year is to do some interviews
Yes.
and have some guest speakers and figure out a way to have people call in somehow, even if we have to plan it.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
I
I
think that
have
would
a
be
couple guests lined up, I think, and so do you.
Same, yeah. We do.
A few exciting, hopefully, guests coming up. So
Yeah.
if we can get our act together and seriously talk to someone, maybe
I
we
think we can do it.
Yeah.
I think we can do it.
Just hopefully, we can have a sense of humor with other people too.
Yeah, we
And
will.
make it fun.
And that's all it's about, just having a conversation. And we started this podcast to have a conversation. And sometimes they will be awkward and sometimes they won't, but it's all about having the conversation. There's stigmas attached to everything, but I want to be able to talk about, being touched. Just kidding. All right, I'm sorry, can't get off of that. I don't know. Are we going back to forget it. I was going to head in
We might
another
get some
direction, but I won't.
DMs soon. Who knows?
You know what? When we lived in the same neighborhood, we got together a lot and we just had such a bonding experience with our girlfriends and just got together and had coffee or went for walks or whatever. But I think with the pandemic, especially, everybody, maybe not everybody, but a lot of people were feeling isolated and it's like we're struggling to get back into that social realm. And I honestly think that people need people. People need people. And I think it's really healthy. And I think that our idea of this whole podcast is to have that connection. And even though we're not with people, we want them to feel like they are with us and they can talk to us, right?
Right.
You know, just to have like that support somehow.
Yeah.
You know, and that human interaction and just being able to talk about whatever, like anything that comes to their mind or anything that, you know, they're struggling with. So that's why I would really, I would like to get our listeners' input on anything they want us to talk about. You know, do you want us to talk about the news? Do you want us to talk about, I mean, I can actually get some strategies going if somebody is looking for help in any realm of their life. I can get more serious, you know, that's kind of what I do, but I just kind of didn't want to mix that.
I don't want to get serious.
No. But I mean, if somebody was like, what the
I
frick?
mean,
I don't know what the heck I'm talking about.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
talk about anything. I mean,
But we have to get serious at some time.
No, and that's why I like our mix so far. I like where
like
we've been going. We've been kind of alternating between.
There's no more coffee. There's no more coffee. That's terrible. Sorry, what? I didn't mean to interrupt.
For those that are listening.
I ran out of coffee. It's a
Right.
tragedy. I apologize for interrupting.
What was I saying?
You were saying you didn't want to get that serious.
Yeah, no, I like the mix we're doing.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know, I like alternating between the serious and the funny.
And I like to talk about serious things, but I like to bring humor into it.
Right.
Because people are thinking all of these things and nobody's talking about it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And when they talk about, like, for example, depression, it's all like really serious. Well, you need to do this, you need to do that. And we just like to do it lightheartedly because humor is therapy.
Yes.
It is.
As we said in one of the other episodes,
Yeah.
laughter is contagious.
Yeah.
You do something to like pull yourself out of those things, and it's got to be kind of funny because depression is sad. So.
Yeah. I mean, of course, I'm sure I could come up with a better example, but that's all I have right now.
Yeah.
Can we talk about brain fog?
No.
Okay.
Next episode. Let's focus. So yeah, maybe
Play the song again.
Another resolution I think would be to focus on one topic. And try to stay. Because I never thought I had ADHD, but I feel like I sort of might, and you might be, like, I think we're just all over the place. So, so there's another resolution. But anyways, I think we would love to hear
what do you want us to talk about?
Yeah, if you guys can think of a topic, we are always super unprepared with topics. So we
have a million of them.
We have a million, and we just can't focus on one. So we would love to hear your ideas. And if you want to be a guest on the show or call
Reach
in,
out.
feel free to email us, comment on Instagram or Facebook.
Yeah.
We are on YouTube. And if you could give us 5-star review on any podcast app you're listening to, that'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. So did we get goals or what?
Yeah, we got them.
We did? We have our goals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm really excited about these.
Really excited to listen to the episode. I don't know what I'm saying. All right. All right. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Opinion Piece Podcast with Lisa
And Ada.
Join us next time.